Guys, hopefully everyone can hear me now. Let me just get the link shared to everyone. Guys, oh, let me turn that turn it off. What's up? What's up, man? How you doing? Hope everyone's having a good day today. I can hear you perfect. What's up, Mohammed? What's up, Vlad? How's everyone doing today? We get started there in a couple of minutes, guys. Give everyone a chance to hop on to join the Zoom or the live. Sorry. Yo, what's up, Jay, man? How you doing? I'm good, man. I'm good. For sure, bro. We never stop grinding. Every day, every day. Do I use FTMO? No, I don't. No. I used to like 2 years ago, but I don't use any prop trading firm anymore. Feel free as well, guys, to drop the link of this live to any of your group chats or friends or whatever. Anyone interested in hopping on this live. But we will get started there in a couple of minutes. Just want to make sure that I don't miss anyone. Yeah. Well, like when it comes to FTMO, if you don't have the funds personally, then it's a good way. But if you have your own money, like why use FTMO? At the end of the day, FTMO is tougher in the sense that it has a lot of rules that you have to follow. They take 30% of the profit, stuff like that. So yeah, all it boils down to personal preference at the end of the day, but it's just something that I just don't use. So yeah, you just reach a point where like you don't need to use a prop for anymore, and yeah. All right, we'll get started now, guys. Okay, so I'd like to welcome everyone that hopped on the YouTube live. Very nice to see some new faces in here and some old ones as well. Today, guys, we are going to go over my forecast for the market. So just to clear things up, this is just my forecast of potentially where I could see the market going. Now, I did send in already my forecast into the premium group and the free chat as well. So I sent it into both places. So you guys can take a look at that as well. If you haven't joined the Discord, I'll drop the link there at the end of the live. Or someone can just help me out and just drop the link in the chat for me. But yeah, I sent in all of my analysis in there, and I'm going to go over through every single one. Now, difference is these are just forecasts. So potentially where I see price moving. Sometimes price won't 100% follow the forecast, but most of the time the direction that we're pointing out is usually correct. Okay, now obviously this differs to an in detail analysis. This is where we instead go through it on the zooms. So with the lives, it's just forecast of where I potentially see price to go. Then the zooms, we discuss the entries, we discuss where price can go on the short term, etc. So just want to clear that up for everyone. Now, one of the first things that I sent out today in the Discord was the DXY analysis. Okay, so personally for me, on the lower time frame, what I expected obviously on the DXY was a pullback, and I expected another push up, because overall you guys already know that I want this high to eventually get taken out. Okay, so where I'm expecting price to pull back to is potentially right here on the 2-hour time frame. We get a pullback right here, hit this IC, see, you have a beautiful FU candle with a big wick taking out liquidity on multiple lows. Okay, reacting somewhere from this area. I'm not sure if this is an IC on the higher time frame or not. But yeah, reacted from this area and pushed up. Now our two main targets, this one the short term, and then the long term, this high I want to get breached. I do see in both of them eventually getting hit as well, or we potentially could end up getting a push up here. Okay, and a lot of times what happens is you might get like a resistance set up for future liquidity, or you might get like some sort of a reaction off. And I see here, I do see that we have some sort of IC right here. Okay, so you potentially could get a reaction from here and a much lower pullback. If you do realize here, what we have, guys, is we do have a trend line building up. So there is liquidity forming around this area. Okay, so you have a trend line right here, liquidity is forming, so potentially you could get a push up on that. All right, and then slap down to this trend line and then another push up, but we will see. Now when it comes to GBP USD, okay, even though my analysis on DXY and G don't exactly correlate, I know they don't exactly correlate right now, but one of my analysis is going to eventually end up changing. Okay, but we will see once the week starts opening, because Monday will usually tell you a lot. Analyzing on Sunday, there's only so much you can do, but it's really Monday and Tuesday that will giving you the bias for the week. Okay, so just have to wait for that really. When it comes to, sorry a second, guys, just catching up with the chat. Give me a second, guys. I'm actually going to close the window because you can see kids are just going crazy outside my house. But let me just close the window there. Give me a second. Alright, that window's closed. That's what's up. How come? But you can get, yeah, you can get 250k accounts, but as I said, it's all personal preference. At the end of the day, I just don't agree with some of the stuff that they do. So it's just me, you know. I don't really like prop trading firms. I'd rather do things my own way. So yeah, Fundantala 820 split. Yeah, Fundantala is another good one. There's a lot of good ones out there. Okay, and especially if you don't have the funds, or sometimes you find yourself like you're a good trader and stuff like that, but you're young and sometimes you don't have the capital to trade. Okay, like you might have a job, but it's just not enough money saved up to actually be able to trade. And as I always say, like, you need some sort of skin in the game, so you need a certain amount to be satisfactory once you're trading. For example, like, you're not really going to get satisfied with €1,000 account, for example, because you're only making what, €50 per trade, whatever it is. I know it's a long-term process, but some people are just impatient, and it happens to be that I'm one of those. So yeah, I just believe that having a bigger account is much better than just, you know, trading those smaller accounts. Where's the link to share? Yeah, I'll give that to you there. No, actually the link is in the description. I forgot. Let me just copy and paste that. Yeah, there. Oh, whoa. There we go. Perfect. And if you guys want me to go over anything, please drop in the chat. I will make sure to cover everything I can. Okay, now going back to GU. So two main points of interest that I have right here. Okay, so obviously I have the area of imbalance right here. Okay, where it's very obvious, especially on the higher time frame, such as the 4-hour area of imbalance right here. And we also have a large area of liquidity right here. So the area of liquidity, we have a lot of equal highs. Price keeps touching off this area and then bouncing down. So obviously there's a lot of stop losses going to be sitting above these highs. So overall, I'm looking to target these highs. Okay, what you can see here as well is a larger FU candle, for example, on the higher time frame. Okay, so for example, on the daily, what we have right here is a large daily FU and IC candle into one. It cleared out this liquidity right here, so this double bottom on daily, a lot of liquidity sitting below here because it is a higher time frame at the end of the day. And then we had this bullish engulfing candle right here, and this showed me here that there was buying interest starting to occur in the market, and we potentially could have a retracement back down, mitigate the IC right here, okay, that we have on the daily, and then start pushing up higher, looking for liquidity right here. Because overall, if you really look at it, yeah, we just changed trend on the daily time frame. We did switch from a bullish to a bearish from a bullish to a bearish bias. But if we're on the weekly time frame or even the monthly, okay, overall this just looks like a pullback to us, okay, because I would genuinely need to see price break below this low to consider a genuine pullback, because buyers, this is still a buyer zone. As long as I'm above this price can come down here and react. Price can come down here and react. Price can come down here and react. So overall, we are still in a buyer zone, because this is the last time the seller starts selling, and this is the area where the first buyer started coming into the market. So this is why, looking at it from a buyer and seller perspective, even though it's a very, very simple concept, it simplifies things a lot in your head when it starts getting a bit confusing, you know. GJ. Same thing with GJ and GU correlated, so I'm not really going to go over GJ. That would be a waste of time for me. But yeah, the exact same analysis there. On the smaller time frames, there's a very, very small difference. I believe that JPY last week was, I believe JPY was extra strong last week, or extra weak, sorry. Yeah, so JPY was extra weak last week. The euro was strong, so we did have that big push on your JPY. That was actually a trade that I called out on last week's stream. So if you guys caught that, I believe it was on the stream or the Zoom. But we had a 4-hour IC right here. Okay, so we've had a 4-hour IC. What I was looking for was for price to retrace back down to this level right here, the open of our IC. Did exactly just that. Tapped in, mitigated it, and pushed up. Now this was a really, really nice to see, because we had nice slap on liquidity right here, right there, and we had a bullish engulfing candle. Lot of volume in this. And to top it all off, the order flow was telling us to buy here. Okay, we had a very, very nice seller's trap right here. So seller's trap is when you see a lot of red selling imbalances at the bottom of that candle. Shows you that a lot of basically the institutions were able to trap a lot of sellers right here. So the last seller was right down below it this week, selling, trying to probably sell out this breakout or whatever it is. And then usually what they do when they get trapped is, once they realize that, oh, like, we're going to be stuck in this position, we're going to lose, what do? They close out their positions instantly. Okay, they close out their positions and boom, they hop on the other side and they start aggressively buying the market. And that's what happens there. Wouldn't the S&D zone push price down for GU? I believe you mean right here. Very, very possible. So like you could have this right here, and you could have this IC react and continue that downtrend. Yeah, very, very possible. But the interesting thing for me right here was, okay, the interesting thing for me right here was we had a very, very strong move. Okay, and then once price reaches level, we had another very, very strong push up. But what really is giving me, what really is kind of hyping my analysis for me here is this. So if you take a look at price right here, obviously we were distributing. Okay, we distributed and then boom, we had our big drop. And then we started just pulling back, making new lower lows, pulling back. And then we started reaching, basically a time at the market where we're not able to create any new lower lows. So what was happening was, every time we were trying to run this low, okay, we were failing and we were finding support, and buying pressure kept coming in, buying pressure, until we got a big push up right here, and we got to break a structure on the lower time frame. Now not here because it was just a wick. For a true break structure, you need the full candle close up above the high, but on the lower time frame we probably did get some sort of break structure either way. And then price was just consolidating right here, and what it was doing, it was building a lot of liquidity, okay, to the downside. So if I delete everything right here, two major zones of liquidity would be right here and another one right here. Okay, and then we had a very, very strong spring to the downside. Okay, this is kind of the last trick of the institutions before driving price up higher. Okay, they cleared that liquidity down here, and straight away, okay, and this is usually something that you see with the spring, it usually goes straight down and price doesn't mess around too much at the low. Boom, instant buying pressure. Okay, instant buyer activity starting here. So you can see now institutional buying sponsorship is starting to occur in the market right at this level with this massive 4-hour candle. Once again, you can see that we got trapped down at this level. This was confirmed on order flow, and like we were sending these order flow setups. I mean, the Brad was sending these order flow setups into you guys, into Discord every single day. example upon example. And this is the true power of being able to see behind those candles, seeing those contracts. Because if it wasn't for order flow, I will not be able to tell what exactly is going on. Because even though we have a very, very strong bearish engulfing candle right here, and you know what, I'm going to try and pull up that order flow chart that the Brad actually sent in the last time. I'm not sure if I'm going to get, I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be able to, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it, because it is kind of hectic in the Discord, but I doubt I'm going to find it. I'm just going to scroll up a bit more. If I don't find it, I'm just going to leave it off. And it's going to take too much to load up the order flow software. Order flow software is a bit slow sometimes, so yeah. All I can see so far is just see, I think this trade happened a bit earlier on in the week. Oh wait, I think we have it. No. But this is very similar to it. Okay, so I'm actually just going to bring this up either way. Okay, I'm going to bring this up, and this is what, so this is a bit like G. This is the 6J now. 6J is basically the future for your JPY. So this right here was a Euro JPY buy that I was telling you guys about earlier on. Okay, if you want to go back to that Euro JPY, you see that big candle down right here. See the seller trap right here. Even though we had a lot of selling pressure, you still get a bullish engulfing candle. This shows you right here that the institutions trapped all these last sellers right at the bottom of that wick and pushed the price up. And this is the true beauty of order flow. You can see exactly the amount of contracts that are here, and it allows you to see the strength of the buyers and the strength of the sellers in a certain candle. Okay, so this is the beauty of that there. How can I join the Discord? I just dropped the link up there. Scroll up, and the Discord link, I just dropped it up there. So yeah, there is we do have a free channel. So we have the public chat, and we also have a mentors trade idea chat as well. That's all for free, guys. So I send in all my analysis here and there. So yeah, feel free to join it. And you can, and as well as that, guys, you can go ahead right now, download the app. You can get free access to the app, and what it allows you to get is you get 2 weekly signals. Okay, so you just get 2 free signals a week, and you also get to see the signal reports on all of the signals that we take. So every signal that we send into the premium group, you guys are able to see that. So I believe this is one of the most transparent ways possible. Instead of just saying that, oh, we're always consistently profitable, etc., you guys are exactly able to see where entries were for our past previous trades. You're able to see the amount of pips that we caught in each trade, etc. So I believe this is definitely a game changer when we're discussing the app. What's order flow? So order flow basically is a way of looking at the market. It's a software that allows us to delve deep inside a candle, and it shows us the bid and ask on each side. It shows us contract on each side of the market, so the buying and the selling. Right here, it can show me specific areas where we potentially could get reversals. It can show me potential exhaustion in the market. It can show me where aggressive selling and aggressive buying is occurring. Very, very, very strong software, and it's something that very, very few people know about. Okay, I mean, probably 1 to 2% traders that have ever heard about this. Okay, and this is why we kind of want to make this, we want to push it out there and show you guys how it's so powerful to couple it up with the with smart money trading. Because once you find a point of interest, for example, when you find a point of interest in your price action, boom, you find IC. What you do, you go onto your order flow software, and now what you're looking for is trying to find the areas of potential reversal by looking at the order flow software, and it's a beautiful confirmation. I do know people that just trade solely by it, but for me, it's just an extra confirmation, you know. Yeah. Also, if you haven't, guys, please drop a like on the video. Would mean a lot. If you can share it into the groups that you're in, whatever it is, would be totally appreciated. I'm gonna keep going now. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going with my GU analysis right here. So as I said, I was looking for a buy to eventually break above these highs, but we will see. I don't really like to pre-act a lot. You guys know that when it really comes to trading, I like to trade in the moment, and I don't like to look too far in the future. So once the moment arrives and I'm at a specific point of interest, I will study price action there on multiple different time frames, and then I'll either click the buy or sell button, or I'll just sit on my hands and not do anything. So yeah, okay, USD CAD, that's another very good pair that I want to go through in a second. So I'm at the beginning of my trading journey. 100 pounds in my account. Is there no point in me trading? To be honest, it's it will help you with many things, but if you genuinely think that you're able to turn this 100 pounds into 10k in the next few months, it's going to be very hard. It'll probably take like a year or two for you to actually properly do it with proper risk, unless you're going to try and flip it and just Like, honestly, keep that £100, and I would say invest that into like a course, invest that into like, I don't know, books, whatever it is. Okay, on Amazon I was able to buy like 5 books for like £100. So invest that into something like that, because it's really not worth it. Because when you really look at historic data of people trying to trade with £100 accounts, most like 99% of people have probably blown their £100 accounts. It usually doesn't work because the amount is not satisfactory. It's all to do with the mindset, it's all to do with the emotions, and £100 is not going to satisfy you. So yeah, where can we find it? Where can you find what? The app? Or NZDJ Pro? Yeah, I'll cover that in a second. Give me a second there, guys. I just have to give this link out. Just a moment, guys. Apologies. All right, so the order flow. Oh, so if you want to get the order flow software now, there's many places. Well, not many, but I know of like 5 different companies that are able to sell the order flow software. It ranges from $500 to all the way up to 5K. So it's a very expensive software. But we do have a third party partner. Now, we don't personally sell the software, but we do have a partnership with another group that are able to sell you the software at a discounted price if you mention that from your FU Academy. Honestly, even if you're not from FU Academy, if you just head over to them, say that you're part of FU Academy, and yeah, they should be able to set it up for you. They'll connect to your PC with AnyDesk, and they'll just set everything up for you. So yeah, it's a great way. I've been in your stage, trust me on this. 100% invest into trading books. 100%. Literally learn how to trade and then buy an FTMO. Exactly, that's a very good way. Yeah, 100%. £100 is very like what is it, 150 to buy the lowest challenge in FTMO, something like that. FTMO is definitely your best bet. If you don't have minimum, personally for me, I would say 5K to trade your own account. If you don't have that, then definitely go for a prop firm. It's much more worth your effort. Okay, I mean, there's so much prop firms out there. I mean, Audacity Capital are another good prop firm that I've used in the past. They pay out and everything, so yeah, it's perfect. USD CAD. Okay, so discussing USD CAD now. USD CAD, interesting price action. So obviously you can see to the left right here, we had our equal highs get cleared. Okay, equal highs get cleared. Running up to this price action right here, we had a sort of manipulation right here. So what do we have? We had a reaction of this resistance, or you could say supply zone, tricks people on the 4-hour time frame. You can drop down right here, tricks people, creating a very strong 4-hour bearish engulfing candle. But then instantly, boom! It just happens to be another continuation candle. Continuation candles are just basically more basically are just other candles of manipulation. Okay, so price continues to the upside, and it was very obvious that we were not going to start selling off from here. And this is why retail, for me personally, is not the best way to do it. Okay, now obviously we had this very large area of liquidity. Okay, which we slapped. Now, when price pushed up so high up very quickly with little balance in the market. So what I mean there is there was only buying right here, okay, and there was literally no selling candles right here at all. So price went up too quick, and there's a saying that if price goes up too fast, it won't last. So if it's fast, it won't last, and that is exactly what happened. The minute it went up that quick and it pushed down that quick, this right here is a sign of potential sellers starting to enter the market, and usually is a sign of manipulation right here. Okay, so this is where my interest starts peaking, when we start getting these volatile moves. Because think about it, it's always these big large institutions that are causing these big moves with their massive lots. Okay, so right here for me, if I go on to the daily time frame now, I can start actually seeing the manipulation. Or if I go to my 2-day time frame, Now we have it. So what do I have right here? It starts becoming very, very clear for you. You have that FU candle acting as an institutional candle as well, clearing these highs, clearing also these highs. Okay, so you can only imagine the amount of liquidity that was cleared right here. Reached very, very close to this 2-day IC. It was very, very close, but unfortunately missed it. And then bearish engulfing candle. This is now where I start looking for myself, because I have a very, very large confirmation on my 2-day time frame down. Bearish engulfing. I cleared liquidity. Clearing liquidity obviously is a sign of a reversal as well. And now I'm looking to sell. Obviously, the last day, okay, the last 2-day candle that was printed bounced off right after the open of the right here, and it reacted a small bit. So this gives you a scenario number 1 setup on USD CAD potential sell there. Okay, for me, I'm not going to go too much into detail because I have other pairs to cover and I want to take up too much of you guys' time. But yeah, if you guys are interested in more detail about these analysis, if you're interested in understanding how we analyze the markets, if you're interested in order flow or interested in our signals, make sure to head on to fuacademy.io and purchase one of our packages there to get to our Discord and the premium section of our app. But going on from that, the last thing that I wanted to cover on USD CAD was these multiple liquidity levels right here that I do want to see eventually getting slapped. And lastly, but not least, we have this imbalance right here. Okay, so as you guys can see, I like to keep my charts very, very clean. I like to keep it simple. I only take 2 to 3 main concepts in consideration, and I trade by that. And if it works, it works. Simple as that. Okay, you don't have to really complicate. You don't really have to complicate trading. You don't have to have crazy, you know, theories and crazy terms, and you don't have to complicate trading in general for yourself. Okay, just keep it simple, and that's what I like to do. Okay, that's just my trading way, and I'll keep promoting it this way, and I will never ever change my style. Now with USD CAD, AUD/USD, I haven't actually went through this pair in quite a while, and I don't think I will go through it. Personally, for me, it's just not something I trade. And when it comes to currency pairs, I always like to say that at the end of the day, with currencies, it's like human beings. They each have their own character, and to really understand the character, you just have to spend time with it. Okay, and you have to experience it and notice what it does. And I don't have that with ADSD. Obviously, I don't like you can be profitable just trading one pair. You know, it's so simple. One trade a week can set you up very, very nicely. It's just you have to reach a level of competence and a level of patience to be able to start doing that. Okay, but it's not impossible. This is why 2, 3, 4 pairs is definitely more than enough to trade profitably. You know, either way, if I was to give you a quick analysis on ADSD, because I know some of you guys might trade it, weekly time frame, we're still in a buyer zone because this was the last area where sellers stopped and the buyers came in. So this has started the buyers coming into the market. Okay, and then obviously we have a weekly IC right here. So just based off the higher time frame, I can potentially see price maybe could come down all the way here. We also have an imbalance, so this is even more interesting. Okay, we have an imbalance right here that I want to get filled in. Okay, price come down here, and then boom, we can go up higher, because overall we did break structure. Obviously, once we broke the structure here, we pulled back, we retested this, and we made another high, and now we distributed because we hit this supply area. And if you notice, we hit the institutional candle right on the weekly time frame. Okay, and it reacted beautifully off that. So we distributed right upon the reaction of this level, and now we're pushing down to make another retracement. Okay, a pullback, and now we can expect another launch up from here. Okay, I've seen somebody mention Bitcoin earlier on. Yes, Bitcoin, very, very interesting for me. Why? Because if you take a look at this weekly institutional candle, okay, sorry, not even weekly institutional candle, just weekly candle. If you take a look at this weekly candle, it's very, very interesting. How come? You have a large wick to the downside, and it is going to be the first bullish engulfing candle in the past few months. I believe the past 3 to 4 months, this is the first bullish engulfing candle. Okay, reaching the end of the month, I know a lot of investors, seasonally they're starting to expect bullish price action now going into August, September. They're starting to expect bullish price action. Obviously they've done their own fundamental analysis and stuff like that. Okay, when it comes to Bitcoin, I don't really look at the fundamental analysis. For me, it's a very, very long-term vision. It's not like what's going to happen in 1 to 2 years. For me, it's like a 5-year investment. I'm going to be holding this out for a very, very long time, so I don't really care what it does right now. But from a technical analysis perspective and a shorter term perspective, this is pretty important. First bullish engulfing candle. We also have a big push up after spring down to downside, clearing liquidity, a big push up. So something that we've seen on GBP USD. And we also have a lot of liquidity to target. We have imbalances to target. We have more highs to target. For me, Bitcoin, I do potentially see it. We're tracing down, probably hitting this level, filling the imbalance that we have right here. And then taking off. And this would apply for all other cryptos as well, okay? Because pretty much all cryptos are backed by Bitcoin. They all follow where Bitcoin goes. So yeah, I want to see this filled in. And then we can see higher prices up here. So we have a lot of liquidity to smack right here. This high. Okay, we need to break this high. We need to break this high for a break of structure. Okay, and for a trend reversal. Notice, guys, this is our first confirmation that we potentially could get a trend reversal on the 8-hour time frame. First of all, every single time we made a new lower low. Okay, well, you can no, okay, we didn't really make a newer low right here, but we did wick down below this low. We cleared the liquidity. This is the first time we failed to break this low right here. Okay, this is confirmation 1. The second confirmation, obviously, to break this channel, this trade range. So we broke that right here. We broke we broke this high right here. So to delete everything, 1, 2. If you guys watch my videos, you already know I like to use this 1 and 2 mindset to like make everything easier for myself. Okay, once you break this is a break structure on this trade range. Okay, but it doesn't mean that's a break of structure on the longer perspective of things. Okay, so now I will need to break this structure, and now I can see eventually 8-hour to start climbing up. Okay, but this is our first confirmation, and second confirmation complete. One more confirmation right up here once it breaks this, and we're good to go up. But I will be watching price action as it goes, because it is crypto, it's volatile, it can do what it wants, realistically. Who knows what happens. Many times just news comes out and messes everything up. Okay, I believe I've covered everything I wanted to cover. Is there any other pairs before I go that people want me to cover? USD CHF, yeah, this is something I've been waiting for, as I said, for quite a while. So I've been waiting for this 4-hour, which unfortunately missed me. So I've been waiting for this 4-hour to buy. Very clean setup, and I've discussed this on the previous stream. So if you go back to last week's one, you'll see my analysis for that. So I'm not going to cover it. But we have, once again, another one right here. So we potentially could get this one to react, and this would be beautiful. So I will be following this one, because this is textbook setup. If you're trying to, like, if I was to try and explain smart money, and I only had one chance of doing it, I would go over this setup right here, because it's perfect. Okay, you have the liquidity cleared. It stands out. Okay, it stands out. You have that big large wick FU candle, then you have your IC, you have your big bullish engulfing candle, you have the break of structure right here. Okay, and obviously break structure right here, and then you have the retracement, so the end forming. So you have that retracement back down to your IC right here. Okay, eventually I want it to go up, target this, clear this imbalance, clear this high, etc. Okay, so that's what we have for USD CHF. But remember, on the 12-hour time frame, this could either be distributing or could be reaccumulating. So we will see. USDs are, I have not looked at that pair since literally last year, and I don't want to look at it, to be honest with you. I'm gonna see what it looks like. If it looks good, okay, yeah. Okay, interesting. So it has done what all pairs really do, because yeah, okay. So basically it went down. We're consolidating. We've seen this a couple of times already, even today. Consolidating, big spring to the downside, clear of liquidity, and now we get a big bullish engulf candle. We pushed to the upside. Now, for me to confirm that we're gonna really be bullish on USD ZAR again to make another push up. Obviously, we failed to react from this level and push up. Failed. So we did break structure on a weekly time frame. So right now we're bearish. For me to switch to a bullish bias, I would need this high to get broken. Trace up. Okay. So on the daily time frame, on a daily time frame, we're still pretty bullish. We had a nice reaction off this IC right here. Now it is choppy, and you're correct. It's very, very choppy. And the spreads on this, I imagine, are crazy because it's an exotic pair. I remember taking like 2 trades on this pair before when I was bored, and yeah, it was like a 10 pip spread for me or something like that. It was crazy. Either way, you have this institutional candle reacted off that, and it's just continue up. Now we have liquidity right here, and we have an institutional candle. This is going to be our deciding. This is going to be our deciding level. Price will either react right off the open up here and push down and continue that downward daily trend, or it will break structure. And yeah, this manipulation right here will have been validated. Boom, and we will start looking for higher prices up. Clear this liquidity, okay, and eventually all these highs at the top right here, okay. But as I said, I don't really trade USDs like that, so I wouldn't be the best person to ask when it comes to these exotic pairs. I don't really like them. The only exotic pair I would like would be USD MXN. That pair really does pay, to be fair. Alright, US 30. Once again, I don't really trade it, but I will go over. There's not much for me to say about US 30. All I can say is bullish. It's just going to keep continuing up, really. Yeah, so I did mark this out and I sent it into the Discord. Okay, this is the exact NAS I sent to the Discord. Apologies. Equal highs are just occurring right here. Large manipulation, large wick cleared the liquidity down here, reacted off this daily IC, and ever since it's been just pushing up. So you can expect just a reaction from here. Trick resistance traders into thinking, yeah, let's sell this. Basically, money starts building up, and then you get that retracement down here onto a lower time frame IC, for example. Yeah, we potentially could get this fill 50% of this imbalance. Okay. Right there, 50% of this imbalance, and then boom, you get a smack on that liquidity up to the upside. So, yeah, US 500, US. I want the South Africans to find you. I definitely won't be going. I definitely won't be going over those pairs at all. I don't like indices personally. I just like to keep it simple for myself and just do what I do. You know, stick to what you're best at. Even if you do 20% a month, you double in 5 months. If you don't, withdraw. I believe you're. Yeah, I believe you're referring to Prince's question at the top. No problem. Okay. Okay. Any more questions for me, guys? Anything that you want to ask at all? One more time, I'm going to send in that Discord link for you guys in case you missed it. Make sure to get in here, share your charts, share your setups. Okay. Big smart money family that we want to grow even bigger. So yeah, feel free to join, be at home, and yeah, make sure to contribute. We always love hearing your voices in there. As well as that, I'm going to send in the website link as well if anyone is interested to take trading up another notch and instead join the academy. And you can sign up to one of these packages. Even if you don't, on the free groups, you're still going to get a lot of value there. Wait 2 more minutes, see if we have any questions or any other pairs. I believe I've covered everything. And how long have we been live? Not even sure. As well as that, I'm going to send in the website link as well. Yes, we've been live for 40 minutes, so I believe I don't want to take too much of your time, guys. But yeah, I'll join Wednesday. Sounds good, my friend. Looking forward to having you. All right, I guess I'm going to leave it at that. My friend, you must see here in South Africa, Nasdaq King. Nasdaq legend, so on. Oh, really? So most people over there trade these pairs. Yeah, because I believe that there's a stigma with these pairs because they pay so much, you know. They pay so much. So a lot of people, especially beginners, they tend to gravitate toward these pairs. They gravitate towards Bitcoin. They gravitate towards gold because these are the pairs that are paying you a lot and it gets you excited. So yeah, and we do have, and there would be a lot of beginner traders over in these areas. Okay, so this is why I believe they gravitate towards these pairs the most. No problem. Anyways, guys, I appreciate every single one of you for hopping on, guys. Hope to see you guys in one of our Discord group chats. And yeah, I hope everyone has a successful week. And I'll talk to you guys on the next session. Have a good one. Bye bye.